Okay, so you bought yourself an early 90s or mid 90s JDM Classic Mini Cooper from Japan. And you got a smoking deal and it took forever to ship it here and you were biting your nails the whole time, but it's finally here and you got it, but maybe it's not running so good, makes some clunky noises and the brakes aren't so good and the cooling system doesn't work and the list goes on, right? Well, I get this phone call daily, every day. Somebody has bought another JDM Mini, and this one here is our friend Sean in Maryland. So even if you're on the East Coast, he shipped his car all the way from Maryland to Portland, Oregon, right here in Happy Valley. And don't be afraid to ship your car to us. We'll help you out, okay? But let's take a look at what you typically get with a JDM Mini and what they all tend to need. So let's open the bonnet and let's look at the engine. The first thing we did was, of course, we upgraded the ignition system. You know, the spark plugs were fouled, the cap and rotor were old. It's just old stuff, right? So we put one of the Jet Motors Ultimate Ignition Master Kits in there. So it's got a new distributor with a Pertronix igniter and a coil, plugs and wires. Of course, we torqued the head, adjust the valve, change the oil. And what do we see every time in the, I don't know what it is with Japan and JDM cars, but the cooling systems are shot. Maybe somebody could leave some comments or tell us what's going on in Japan versus the US and other parts of the world. Maybe they don't adhere to the same type of rules with glycol and antifreeze and coolant, because almost all of the cooling systems in these classic minis, maybe it's lack of maintenance or maybe it's the actual material they're using. I don't know. But we have to replace the radiators, the thermostats, the hoses, and just about every JDM Mini that comes in. So you probably will too. Check your coolant, check your radiator, and if you're overheating or it looks like mud, well, that's why. So there's another master kit that's on our website. It's the entire cooling system. So that's really important. We also replaced the intake and the exhaust. So we put a new Jet Motors Ultimate Intake, which is a new carburetor, alloy manifold. We took the old cast iron manifold off, which is a one piece, which is integrated with the 1.5" SU carburetor on a cast iron manifold. So that went bye-bye. Now we have a Maniflow LCB. LCB stands for long center branch header or exhaust manifold on an alloy intake with a good brand new clean carburetor. Okay, we dressed it up with a Minifin alloy valve cover and turned it on, and wow, oh my gosh, it runs so much better now. And of course, we had to tighten up the suspension. We replaced the lower control arm bushings, the tie rod bushings, the front brake rotors, the front brake pads, the drive flanges. On the rear, we did the rear brake shoes and springs and wheel cylinders, flushed the entire cooling system or braking system, the hydraulic system. Now he's got good suspension, good brakes. The engine is smooth and runs like awesome now. Also, the tires were old and wore out, so we put new tires on there. These are the Yokohama AO32s. And unfortunately, as of 2023, in Japan, Yokohama has doubled the price on these Yokohama AO32s. Oh, I'm so disappointed because we were getting them for a fairly decent price and they doubled it. So, if you have a set of Yokohama AO32s on the shelf, grab them because if you need to buy a new set, they are not cheap. So come on around here. You'll see that we deleted the fender mirrors. Some people really love them. Some people hate them. For me, I can't see out of these for some reason. I must have a mental block or I don't know. Anyway, I put some really nice door mirrors, some bullet door mirrors. If you still have the stock provisions for the mirror, use them. So we also put some deluxe trim along the bottom here to help spice it up and make it look a little prettier. Put a Monza flip top gas cap over the locking gas cap. And of course, what do you think we did back here? What we love, 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 because typically there's the boot and the boot lid is just metal and you see a tire and a battery and, well, look how much more beautiful a carpeted boot box and a boot lid liner is. You can just slide this out and look, what else do? We put a battery cutoff, a USA made. If it doesn't have an American flag in there, it's got the green knob. Those are Chinese and they fracture here and they break. Get yourself a high quality one. Spend a little more money on a good battery cutoff, but you really should have one on your car. Also a good battery ground. So we replace the battery cutoff and the battery ground on every Mini that comes in, period. That's where you start. All right, so let's walk around here to the driver's side on the right side of the car. And what do we have here? Well, another thing was that seat was all the way forward. I don't think the Japanese people, too many of them, are very tall. So we needed to get that seat back. So we put the Jet Motors seat brackets in there. And we also put an Alcantara dished steering wheel with a Cooper center hub in it. Now look how gorgeous that is. I love that. Also, I put some of the Cooper floor mats in there just to help tidy up the interior. But I'm gonna go ahead and sit in it and watch how comfortable, look how easy it is to get in and out. I'm 6 foot tall, gained a little weight. But watch this. I mean, when it had a steering column drop in it and the wheel was like this far away from the seat, you could not get in or out. Now, look, my feet are in a really good positions. My hands are perfectly aligned on the steering wheel with my elbows slightly bent. This is a really pleasant, nice, comfortable driving position. So a good steering wheel, some seat brackets, get it comfortable, and you'll have a nice driving Mini. I'm gonna go ahead and start it up because I want you to hear this new exhaust system. So here we go. I'm gonna pull the choke, crank it up. Hey. Oh yeah, look at that. I mean, it's cold. I just rolled it out of the shop and it fires right up. So come on around back. I want you to hear that exhaust. I'll blip the throttle. Okay, so now you got to hear the exhaust. You got to hear it run. Sean is gonna be so happy. Oh, look, clear side markers. Usually these are faded and ugly and gross. Put some clear side markers on there also. There you have it. That's fixing your JDM Mini quickly, easily. Replace the intake, replace the exhaust, replace the distributor and the radiator, change the oil, and torque the head and adjust the valves. Fix your suspension, fix your brakes, put some tires on it, maybe put a steering wheel in it, get your seat comfortable. Voila, now you've got a pleasant, wonderful Mini Cooper you get to enjoy for years and years to come. So anyway, if you need any advice or help, please go to our website, jetmotorsmini.com. Give us a call, give us an email. We're here to help. We'd love for you to do these things to your JDM Mini too. See you on the next one.